Hey, welcome back to the stream. What an epic intro. What an epic intro that is. Mate, that is quality. That is quality. I felt like I was in some sort of like Eastern European club, and I'd had about 12 bottles of beer. And someone had slipped something into my drink that shouldn't be there, is what I felt like.
That's the kind of vibe I was going for back in the day.
Yeah, all right, okay, yeah. Yeah, absolutely fantastic, mate. Love it. Absolutely love it. Welcome back anyway to the stream, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. First things first, do make sure you smash and destroy that like button. Please do get the likes going. We're back for another week. And yeah, I suppose we'll get cracking. Overall, obviously, great week for Stonksy last week. Long on the hourly, all the way up. Then we did get this little bit of red, and then it went back green, and then caught this. This was a mega pump today, wasn't it? Was this about 10 green candles in a row on the hourly, something like that? Mm-hmm. Are you still in your longs, mate?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. I think you're gonna probably get a prime opportunity soon, because I'm now kind of expecting a potential squeeze into this kind of region here. anywhere around 97k. I think which is what you said last week, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I was, and then there was Block Pros levels as well, which is we've actually smashed through them all now. The only one left is 101, 121. So well, I don't know, 100k here we come, I think, really. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, welcome everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for joining. Got Steve O. What's this? Oh, wow, mate, that was epic, weren't it? It was Save a Crypto's. I should just start saying Save. It Save's intro that he made for his stream on Saturday, but I think we may as well use that. I haven't watched the outro one yet, but we'll set the outro one today as well.
It's the same track. It's just the end of the track, and then it's a little bit more of that video,
Right. Okay. Yeah. Reggie Man, morning all. Nice new opening track. Yeah, exactly. That's it, man. That's it. Jalapeno, how we doing? Everyone's like, yeah, been transported into like somewhere that they shouldn't be.
What it actually was back in the 90s, and 90s and early noughties, me and my mate we used to do like a sort of techno duo, where we'd sort of we'd make the music with like a sampler and a computers and stuff like that, but then we'd take it out live, and we'd do it live in the same way that like Orbital or the Chemical Brothers do,
Yeah.
And we did all right, actually. We got some stuff released and stuff like that, and I'm not going to say who we were called because I might dox myself, but we weren't that well known, but we did have a few records out and stuff. Yeah. But what I used to do on my own was just make up weird little tunes, and that was one of them.
Okay.
I just had it lying around for ages. I used to use a little bit of it as the outro for my videos, so I thought I'd use the whole track and see what happens. And then the actual image, that was an art project I did with my girlfriend last year, where we were just driving around Somerset, sticking a GoPro out the top of the car. And then I made that kaleidoscope kind of thing with it, which I think is, it's to represent the journey of crypto. There you go.
Yeah.
It's not really, it just looked pretty, I thought.
Mate, it was epic. I think it's epic anyway. Love it. Absolutely love it. And yeah, it kind of makes me feel like even though I wasn't obviously clubbing in like the 90s or whatever, kind of makes me feel like I should be at this moment in time. So I think it's epic, mate. I think it's epic. We'll definitely keep that. Afternoon, Mr. Delta. Isn't it good to see Mr. Delta in the chat? Isn't it nice to see him in the chat? I don't think we can let him be in here too long, though. We need to punish him again soon. Mr. Delta needs to be punished again soon and sent back into jail. But enjoy your freedom at the moment, mate. Enjoy it.
We'll just ban the word Delta. That'll be it.
Yeah. Jeff says, amazing weekend. I got called in last night, so I won't make the whole stream, but I'm here now. I'm going to drink some for the Stonksy team. Everyone smash the like button. That's it, mate. That's it. Do make sure you drop the like, everyone. What's the Bitcoin price? It is 95,185 at the moment. Afternoon, Loki. How we doing? You need to be clubbing in the 90s. I wish, mate. I wish I was. I'm Bobby. Bobby says Pepe pump? Question mark. We can have a look. We can have a look at Pepe, definitely. Yeah, we'll go and take a look. But let us know what you've been up to over the weekend. Hope you all had a great weekend anyway, well rested and obviously ready for the week ahead. We do have month end this week. So it's Wednesday, isn't it? The last day of April. So we've got month end and then obviously monthly open on Thursday for May. So yeah, just be a bit cautious, obviously, going into this week as well. But I mean, if we go to the daily chart, we can see it more clearly. I think, the more that it's looking like it, especially how well. I mean, I couldn't believe it, mate, when I woke up. Because obviously we got really nothing, did we, over the weekend? We obviously got this weird pump and then straight drop down. But over the weekend, we really got nothing apart from very slow, slanted price action. Now we pumped back up. And I couldn't believe it when I woke up this morning and seeing we'd had this drop overnight. And then it was pretty much fully reversed when I woke up. If we go over, so the CME gap, has been filled. So we do have this one open still to the downside now, but this obviously opened last night. Wasn't really a large gap either, was it? It was quite a small gap that opened, but that's fully closed now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, pretty much every kind of dip that we get on Bitcoin is eating up. I mean, you could see that it was kind of the same pattern last week as well. You know, this dip that we got here, and then just dip got etched straight away. Just very strong V reversal. But if we go and have a look on the daily, you can see we are now teetering on the edge of coming back into this range. This was like a 3-week range on Bitcoin. And obviously, you can see here, I mean, if we go to the 4-hour chart, you might be able to see it more clearly. Maybe if you wanted to extend this a bit higher into here, you could. I've got it kind of capped with obviously looking at the daily chart for the closes. But that is the main area where supply came into the market last time. So I think this might be a bit of a struggle for it to just carry on straight through. Mm-hmm. But if we do get a push up into here, I think that is potentially a great opportunity for shorts, and then looking for some profit taking / correction to down to wherever. So that's what I've got my eye on. Hopefully we get that last squeeze higher. Don't know about what anyone else is looking at. Let me know in the chat. But I'm really looking at potentially, 97k or anything above. I'm looking to get into a position to potentially come back down. What's your thoughts, mate? What are you thinking about today?
I'm still happy that Stonksy is green on the 1 hour. And I know it did flip red in the middle of the night when Michael Saylor was doing his stuff.
Oh, they bought.
Maybe.
Oh, they're the ones that have been sending it up.
Well, looks like it, doesn't it?
That is I put it in the chat as well today, didn't I? I put it in the Discord this morning.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
It looks like Sailor. I'm gonna have a little go. Not all of it, but I might open some here. I don't know. I'm still undecided.
Well, it depends what happens at Open, doesn't it? New York Open. But it's been a big pump up, isn't it? So will it double top? What level are you looking at? 90?
I was looking kind of towards like 97.
Okay. Just trying to see why. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of what I've been looking at. I was also interested XRP. So for those of you that was in the stream last night, XRP slammed right into the level I was looking at here. It's had a bit of thingo, but I mean, I don't know how convinced I am of this. So covered XRP last night. This is one area I was looking at, but my prime kind of area I'd be interested in is this kind of like whatever zone, whatever this works out. It's like 243 upwards, but this zone here is the main one I want to be watching. This one I was kind of like, should I not? I wasn't really sure. But yeah, I don't know. It could potentially cap it. I mean, it's been really strong over the past, definitely, the past day or so. But I don't know. I'm not convinced by this level. I would rather like to see it up here. So we'll see what happens with XRP anyway. Yeah, I mean, you go and look at that, and that is just a Sailor-esque pattern, isn't it? That is just Sailor-esque, like, just walking the price up slowly. How much did they buy? 1.42 billion. Where are they pulling this money from?
Oh, it's just borrowing it.
I think it's kind of scary how much Bitcoin is being bought on debt now. I don't know if you've seen yesterday, but there's a Bitcoin master called Jack Mallers, and I think the company's called 21. They're issuing Bitcoin-backed loans now, so more Bitcoin on debt. Where is it? I seen CSE tweeted about it yesterday. Where is it? I can't remember where. Here it is, yeah. Jack Mallers to launch Bitcoin, Bitcoin-backed lending services, aka Bitcoin debt. So I don't know. I mean, this is a decent push up on Bitcoin from here. I don't know. I'm really stuck, mate. What are you thinking?
Right. So my two big trades. I've got the big one on Bybit where my entry is down at 86k. I'm just going to leave that because that's got enough leeway to sort of, cope with some big swings.
Yeah.
My other one was on BitUnix, and that one I've set it to take a little bit of profit at 95. 727. The only reason I use that number is I quite like aeroplane numbers like 727. So I'm going to take a little bit of profit there if we get there. And that one I will play around with a little bit. I might take a bit of profit, then put it back in if we dump. I'm not planning on shorting anything, to be honest.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I did do though. That long bot, that I keep saying long bot, the low frequency bot.
Yeah.
I set up last Wednesday. Well, that hadn't done anything, and I think while SMFC is still sorting out the strategy for that, I basically took that out of the bot and I just traded with it manually. So I had about $480, and I've got about nearly 600 now, I think. So I've done okay trading that manually. So I'll just get that a bit bigger for when he's finished the bot. So there's that, and then I've got the high frequency bot, which has been sort of doing its stuff. Which did a bit of a loss last night, actually, or this morning. Which was
seen on mine,
yeah. Having said that, we're still, well, I'll show you later, but we're still above the my 1% curve, if you like. So
yeah,
it's still on track for going up, and making loads of money. But yeah, it was a bit of an annoying loss. For some reason, it went short when we went at that big dip last night, and. It was definitely, if it had gone long rather than going short, it would have been great. But it went short. I don't quite know why. I reckon we ought to get SMFC on there and grill him at some point.
Get him on. What would you say to him? Would you say, "Oi, what's he doing?"
Yeah, come on, sort out this bloody bot. No, I know. Obviously, the way he's done it is, he's done it by back testing the data, and then overall it comes out good. I just don't know why. I don't know why it would have done that, but there again, I don't know how it works. So, obviously, it had a reason for it. Maybe it's just because it saw like a very quick. Maybe it's just because the background went red on Stonksy. There's probably that, wasn't it? That plus a few other things, maybe.
Yeah, potentially.
Potentially. I'm wondering if I don't know how clever it is at the moment. I know it's going to get cleverer, but I'm wondering if you could do things like a bit like what Eric Crown does with his bot ideas, where he'll look at the back data and he'll say, okay, well, just don't trade on a Sunday, or he'll just exclude one day or something in the week, and then statistically that will be better over time. But I don't know if we're at that stage yet with Stonksy bot. So if we get a chance, I'd like to talk to SMFC about that, and see, or just get an idea of what it's looking for, and because if I'd have seen that last night and I'd have been awake, I'd have probably disagreed with it and closed it. I think because I don't know, that just didn't seem right to me, that one. Having said that, it went into a long a couple of hours ago, which has actually been great because I was down at 94 point something, I think. Not sure. Let me check. But yeah, overall though, it's doing fine.
Yeah, I think the thing is, it's going to have losses, isn't it? Nothing can win every single trade. It's just part of the game. It's just part of trading. Even if you consider yourself, a superb trader, you're still gonna end up in the red on some trades. Can you please look at ETH? Says Andrea. Kev, how we doing, my man? You still in Turkey? Great to see you. Thank you very much for joining. It's almost like what happened in the last Lee Scully says he'd like to see your bot results after the last couple trades. Did to save? Yeah.
Do that a bit, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a look. Someone's asked for ETH. I mean, let's go and have a look at ETH. So ETH, pretty much what I've been looking at is pretty similar to Bitcoin. I've been looking at kind of this area here, which would line up potentially with maybe one more Bitcoin squeeze up. I think this area will be quite hard for it to overcome straight away. So I think, potentially any sort of flush of liquidity, which there's not really much left because we had this spike up yesterday. So really all that's left is here, and then anything that's building up since then. But I think any sort of push into here, and the risk reward, obviously, is, it's not guaranteed to go down from there. It could carry on climbing up, but I think the risk reward there is potentially quite decent. You've got good invalidation, and then if it carries on grinding higher, you can obviously then we can look towards higher levels then for, potentially a breakout. I think 2,100 is still the key macro level to reclaim. So we reclaim there. And as far as I'm considered, all shorts are off the cards until it drops back below. That's where I'd be looking to kind of macro long it. But yeah, until then, just kind of trying to get a read on the market. I mean, yeah, we've had obviously this huge push up by Sailor today. I think what may happen here is, and I've kind of leveled myself out and not jumped to any sort of trade yet, is I still think that we might get one more push up. Whether we go into here or not is a different story, or maybe whether we just come and liquidate last week's high. So that's at 95.82 something. So maybe we push into the 96s and stuff. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because obviously this demand has been brought in by Sailor. So how much market demand is there? But I think it would still make sense, even if we're not going to go maybe to 97 or 98 or whatever, just to at least flush that last week high. And then, obviously the drop back down then is the thing to watch out for. So I don't know. We'll see. There's plenty of scenarios. But I think one thing we can say is that we're definitely going to go up, down, or sideways.
It's definitely going to go to the right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, actually. Are we?
Hey?
Are you sure you don't want to go left? We'll not go backwards. Let's go backwards to last week so I can just long that move instead that you got.
That'd be great.
Good. Yeah, let's do that instead. That sounds like fun. Anyway, yeah, so I think this kind of ties into also what I've been looking at on the S&P too. So again, this is something I was looking at yesterday on stream, was coming in, and this is potentially all one big trade for Bitcoin, ETH, the stock market. Obviously, the S&P coming into supply here maybe tops out everything short term. Again, on the other hand, if we break through here and carry on, I'm kind of looking at this region here, which maybe would push Bitcoin a bit higher than most people are thinking. So I'm not kind of set on one aspect yet. I'm not forcing myself to be tied to anything. I'm just kind of trying to remain patient. And in Save With Crypto's words, be the lion. Get ready to pounce. Don't be the cat just getting dragged along. We want to be the lion, don't we, mate?
That's a dirty slag, didn't I?
You used a bit of choice word there. Yeah, you used an interesting.
Tell you what though, is your 5-minute idea with the little arrow is cool with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That went green at 7 o'clock this morning at 94.3.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and then we got the little arrow at 7:35, like 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
So that's looking really good.
We'll go and have a look at that. Jeff says lions are cats. Mate, come on, let's not split hairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, then. You don't want to be a domestic cat. You want to be a wild animal. We want to be a wild animal, ready to pounce on the market for opportunity. Do you smell that, mate? Do you smell that? I don't know if you can smell it, but it smells like opportunity to me. So, load up. Anyway, less of that. Yeah, so I'm interested to see what happens, but yeah, I would love to be a lion and pounce on a trade up here if we get it. I would love it to happen on stream as well. We got a bit of what day was it when we got a bit of it was this, wasn't it? I think it was Friday. We got a bit of excitement on stream because we were pumping on stream, wasn't we? Oh no, we got this candle right after the stream.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. 2 candles on stream, so that was a bit rubbish. This candle came after the stream.
Yeah,
I'm sure though on one of the days we was anyway. We definitely got some good price action here. We're definitely streaming for some of this.
Yeah. That's actually happened a couple of times, isn't it? Sort of, I reckon there's some massive whale watching our stream. That's what
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Maybe it's Jeff. Maybe, yeah.
For your information, the bot went long this morning at 94,651. So it's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Brucey says, good day, chat. Good day to you, sir. Good day to you. Steve says, thanks, Dave. Yes, I smell that. Just step in, cat. S-H-I-T. Well, there you go, mate. Your first task is to go and clean it off and then get ready to pounce like a lion. I mean, like this. I feel like I'm like this. Ready? When I open this trade, when I eventually open my next trade anyway, whatever trade it turns out to be, I'm going to open it and then I'm just going to go and have to jump on my bed, but I'm going to like jump as if I'm a lion pouncing. Ready?
But what's your criteria going to be for, like, you know, for giving you the confidence to go short at that point?
Just to push up into here. I don't really care what happens. I will short. I'll short anything probably from like this point upwards, with the idea that we kind of go towards like, I don't want too wide of a stop loss, but I won't be using high leverage, so it doesn't really matter to me. And then I will be looking for a decently, probably there as a minimum. So what would that be? That'd only be a 2.5 hour. Not the greatest, but not the worst. Again, I don't know. Depends on how, you know, where we shoot up to and stuff. Depending on would be where I put my stop loss in the event of where I got in. If I get in above 97, obviously I'll have a bit of freedom to either make it a smaller risk or maybe extend it a bit. I don't know.
So realistically, where would you put your stop loss?
If I was to get, say I was to get in bang on 97. If I was to get on bang on 97k, I would put my stop loss. I definitely would want it. Let me scale down into the 4 hour. See, it's a tricky one because technically, if we got up to here, this would still be supply, but I'm a bit wary of this wick because that would be like a full clearance of liquidity. So maybe I'd probably look at 100k.
Right.
But I don't know. I suppose it depends on where we get in. If we get some sort of like wild price action in one of them, you know, where the price is moving a lot and then you just hit the button and it puts you in just anywhere. Yeah, it depends where I got in. I mean, if I could get in kind of the higher up into this region, the better, really. If I could get in at like 97.5, that's even better. But we'll see. Lol, too funny. But yeah, do make sure you all drop a like on the stream. If you happen to be new as well, you know, if that is the case, let us know in the chat. I want to know if we've got any new people watching. If you're new watching the channel or if you're not subscribed, do make sure you subscribe. But I'm interested to know any new people watching. I don't think we get that. And for some reason, X is playing up. Apparently, we've had 4 views on X, which is not really the norm. But there we go. So, mate, how did your stream go on Saturday then?
Yeah, obviously the intro was epic.
Yeah.
And then what I forgot to do at first was to add me to the stage on StreamYard. So for the first minute, I was just I was talking to myself really, and I only noticed when I saw in the chat people were saying can't hear you, and I thought, oh god. So I had to put myself back on the stage and then try and remember what I just said and say it all again. So that wasn't a good start. I must admit, everyone was very kind to me though, and thank you for everyone who came along. No one gave me a hard time. And then a bit later on, I was talking about that spreadsheet that was in the Stonksy Discord. Now, who was it who put it in there? It's Baldy McGinge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's James in the chat. Whenever you see James in the chat, it's him.
That's right. No, I knew he had a different name, and I thought for a minute it was Lee, who's just been and gone, hasn't he? So I was saying that it was a chart done by Lee, and I got that completely wrong. So I was talking about a chart that didn't belong to him at all.
Right.
And then what I did later on, I just did the classic thing you do on StreamYard where you forget to change tab, you know, so you're talking about one tab and then showing the other. And that was it really. And then my daughter started pestering me because she wanted a lift down to the football ground. And I thought, I'd cut it at about an hour sort of thing. So, but there wasn't a lot to talk about, to be honest. So So it was like an hour and a bit. So overall, it was a little bit ropey, but next time I think it will be good. And
well, the thing is, mate, I think for on a weekend, I kind of find like 45 minutes to an hour is the perfect time, innit?
Yeah.
Like you said, there's not a huge amount to cover. We're just obviously providing some content for people, going live, covering the market, and then you are going to want to do things on a weekend as well, like everyone else. So I kind of think that that around that time is like the sweet spot. You don't want to be live too long because, as well, like you said last week, doing this every day it's quite taxing on the mind, isn't it? So you don't want to kind of burn yourself out coming into the new week. Then you don't want to be feeling burnt out, because then obviously the longer ones that we do in the week. So yeah, you definitely made the right call for sure.
But I must say, I mean, absolute hats off to you, for doing it. I mean, you've done hundreds now, haven't you? I think you must have done
loads, yeah.
150 or something, but like, I mean, hats off to you for sort of getting it so smooth, because it's really not that easy, as I found out. And so if you appreciate that, do give the stream a big like. And
do make sure you all drop a like. Let's go and see how many likes we're on, actually.
And make sure you are subscribed, because it is, and also it's quite weird because you can't really do nothing, can you? You can't just stop talking.
Yeah.
And like drink.
It's a lot harder on your own, isn't it? I think it's a lot harder on your own. It's a lot more like, I can't explain it. It's just more fun when there's two of you, for sure. Right, let me put my screen back up. Right, I've got something disappointing to show everyone here.
Okay.
We have 32 people watching and only 11 likes.
That's rubbish.
That is shambolic. Please do take a second to go and like the stream, and maybe we will maybe we'll have to put everyone on the naughty step, and we'll say we're not carrying on with the stream until we get to 20 likes. So 20 likes and we'll carry on. Until then, we'll have to sit and watch the counter, won't we, mate? Yeah.
So I noticed the Wizard of Old is in Dubai, isn't he? Or he's on the way.
He is. He's in Dubai. Come on, we're getting there. 4 more people. Take a second to come and like the stream, please. Come on. Let's get these likes up. Wiz is in Dubai. He's living it up. It's all right for some, innit, mate?
I know. Quite nice here today, though. Apparently, there's going to be a bit of a mini heat wave in the UK. So that's good.
The weather's looking juicy for the next couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sean said, just back from Wembley. Sometimes it's nice to have a weekend off. Okay, mate. Well, who was you watching? Because I think we had on Saturday was Palace Villa, wasn't it? And then Sunday was Forest City. So what team are you, mate? Good afternoon, Alex Bell. How are you doing? Great to see you. Anything for you, bro. Good content. Thank you very much, Matty. Appreciate you, mate. And appreciate everyone else. Thank you very much for joining us today. Of course, if you haven't yet, you can sign up to BLOFIN. First link in the description. Create your non-KYC account today. And of course, we still have the 20% off Stonksy code running. You get full access to the indicator, Discord server, and the trading bots on BLOFIN. Use code BOT20. Take £145 down to 116. Click the monthly button and put it in at checkout. And you'll find that in the description as well. But overall, we have 50 minutes until US Open. Bitcoin has been obviously grinding higher thanks to Sailor and Strategy. And where are we going to go? I mean, if we look on the weekly chart is obviously looking very juicy. We closed back at 93,722, give or take a couple of dollars there. Now, obviously, the question is, where do we go on this weekly candle is the big question. I'm still very interested to see what will happen over the coming days. But let's hope that we can get a continued push up today. Clear out all last week's liquidity. Come into this section here, and then we'll evaluate from there on. Okay. I'd love us to get a big, fat, juicy candle on stream like this. Or even a bigger one, just a big, fat, juicy one that goes ping.
It could happen. Just looking at news for this week. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
We've got Jolt's job openings on the 29th. That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes. Sean's a Man City fan. Boo. Get your boos in the chat. Boo. Wiz, 42 degrees. Blimey. Well, I suppose it is a desert, isn't it? Longs are cooking. Longs are cooking, mate. They certainly are. Hopefully gold will maintain the correction and let money flow into crypto. Yeah, what is happening with gold? Let's see what happened since it opened last night. I think it's fascinating that it pinged 3,500 exactly. I think that is very interesting. I don't think gold is done just yet. I think we have... I don't know, actually, because that is a pretty nasty weekly candle there. Now I'm looking at that weekly candle, actually. I think I might change my mind. I suppose you could maybe class that as a high wave candle, which can be classed as a trend reversal sign. I don't know whether you class that as a high wave. Normally, it's like kind of in the middle, but that is a long upper wick on the weekly.
Is that the same as an inverted hammer?
No. So a high wave candle is a candle that has long upper and lower wicks and then a small body. Maybe we couldn't class this as a high wave because the lower wick isn't too great. So maybe we can't class it as that. But yeah, oh, here we go. We're going back on Bitcoin now. Go on, Bitcoin. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happens with gold. I think maybe it chugs on and maybe stops at like just some random figure close to 4,000. So maybe we get close to like 3,800, maybe 3,900. And that I don't think we get to 5,000 as comfortably as we got to 3,000 because, sorry, I don't think we get to 4,000 as comfortably as we got to 3 because there was no kind of like blockade on the psychological, big round number.
Yeah.
Where it would make sense to do that around 4K, but we'll see. Gold loves round numbers.
It does. I've heard that myself, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Middle East heat is unbearable if you aren't used to it. I've never been, so I can only imagine, mate. Yeah. Well, to be fair, actually, I guess it's similar to Vegas, isn't it? Because that's a desert. When I went to Vegas, blimey, yeah, that was hot. I imagine it's probably the same as Dubai. It was like around in the 40s, and obviously that's a desert too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I imagine it's maybe similar, unless the humidity is different. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually got married in Vegas, and it was.
Did you?
I did. Yeah.
Did you get married in one of the famous little chapels?
It was called Cupid's Love Chapel.
So yes, then.
Not particularly famous, but I think Axl Rose got, the guy from Guns N' Roses. I think he got married there.
Did he?
A few other people like that. Yeah.
What was the chapel called off The Hangover?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Does anyone know what the chapel was called off The Hangover? I'm sure it was just called like the Little White Chapel or something like that. I don't know.
I think it was,
what was it like then? Was it like how you imagine it? Or
it was all really weird, to be honest,
Yeah.
Because we didn't actually mean to get married, really. Well, we did, but like we were just on holiday in San Francisco, really, and then we got a bit drunk and stuff one night, and we were planning the route, sort of thing. And I said to my wife, like, well, my girlfriend as she was then, I said, like, well, we could go to Las Vegas. And she said, what can you do in Las Vegas? And I said, well, we could get married. And she said, if you ask me seriously, I will say yes. So I asked her seriously, and she said yes. So literally, we just got in the car the next day and drove to Vegas, and then we looked, and we had like the rough guide to Nevada and Arizona, and we kind of like looked on how to do it. So we just kind of got the got the wedding thingies. Certificate thing, and then once you got that, you just drive up and down the strip, find anywhere you like, and just say, can you marry us, and it was all over in about like 15 minutes, and that was it was done, and then we were married, so
that is fascinating. So like how does that work when you come back to the UK then? Like, Do you have to like say like go to like the registry office and say, "Oh, we just got married abroad.
No,
Like, can you register us as married over here or what?"
no, there's so many people asked us that, and it's not the case at all. Actually, basically, if you get married in another country and it's legal there, then that's it. You're married, you know. So we were married, you know, and that's it, really. Yeah.
And what did he
and
give you, like a little piece of paper or something, or?
yeah, which
Yeah.
is really funny when you have to sort of, you know, prove that, you know, show your marriage certificate, and it says, mine said like you know, you were married by the Reverend whatever of the Church of Tropicana.
Yeah.
It looks like you just knocked it out on your I don't know, in Microsoft Word or something, you know. And but no, it's legal. It was really funny in France though when we went to get a mortgage and stuff, and they said, you know, we need the proof of marriage, and I showed them that, and they were looking at it with like Las Vegas written on it, and they were saying, "Is this real?"
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah. Anyway, but that day it was. Actually, I don't know what it was in Celsius, but in Fahrenheit it was 128, whatever that is. I think it's about 40 something. I think. Bloody hot though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can imagine. And Wiz says his auntie and uncle got married in Vegas as well. They did a drive-through ceremony.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Or did they go to like an In-N-Out burger and get married in the lane or something? Matty says, save yourself an easy 10k, mate. I think getting married over here is well expensive than 10k. I went to a wedding last year and they paid 30k for their wedding.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I find it's just, I find for one day, I just can never get my head around it, mate. Can you? I can't imagine. Like, it's literally just one day. Like,
well, that was part of it really, because my missus she'd been married before really, and that was a big sort of like frilly dress and lots of money and all that, and the marriage lasted about a year. And also she said that by the time all the planning had happened, she was sort of looking at her husband thinking like, do I actually really want to marry him, you know? Whereas with me, we'd only been together 3 months, and then it was all very spontaneous, you know. And anyway, we survived 20 years of marriage, and
well, there we go, mate. There we go. I suppose spontaneous things are sometimes the best, aren't they?
Yeah, it was good fun as well, and it costs $35 for the certificate, plus $150 for the service.
Yeah,
we've got a couple of rings made in white gold that cost us $150. And that was it really. I mean, we were in the States already, I suppose.
So is it about $500 all in, something like that?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
So with today's inflation, we're probably talking about what, about 1,000, maybe 1,500, maybe. But still, maybe. Well, definitely a lot cheaper than doing it over here. That's for sure. Matty says here in the Netherlands we have a thing called registered partnership. Yeah, we have a thing called civil partnership. I imagine that's the same thing, which is the same rights as a marriage. Those kind of arrangements aren't considered in other countries, right? Okay, yeah. I guess that's probably what civil partnership is. Probably the same, isn't it? Yeah. I imagine. But yeah, anyone else got any other interesting marriage stories in the chat? Let us know. It'd be great to read them out. I think we're kind of turning this into like confessions, aren't we? This stream, it's great. It's bloody great. But I've never actually met anyone who got married in Vegas before, so that is that's a first for me. And yeah, interesting story, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I found Vegas to be like kind of just like The Hangover, kind of like it was exactly how it looks on films, or you know, what it's if you watch a TV series and stuff like that. However, it looks on there, it's exactly the same. Like it's not really like built up to be something that it's not. It literally is what you see, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, I've actually been there 3 times actually for various reasons. I've been to a couple of conferences there as well, and yeah, it is exactly as you think. Really, it's pretty safe though. I think, you know, compared to a lot of American cities. You know, you can walk around and don't feel like you're going to get mugged all the time. You know, so yeah, it's all right. But nice. I can only do 2 or 3 days there maximum, and then I just go mad. You know.
Yeah, I did. I I did a week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it bloody nearly killed me.
What were
Nearly
you doing
killed me.
every day?
Just boozing.
Oh, okay.
Boozing, gambling. Yeah, I went with my mates for a lads' holiday. It was a lot of fun, but took the toll on me. Like, really near killed me. My sister got married in Marbella for about 15k, but was quoted 32 for a typical Scottish wedding. With the bad Scottish weather as well, I suppose. That was a luxurious wedding in Marbella as well, not budget. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I find it just astounding, like the cost to get married. I just think, like, yeah, obviously, people will say, oh, well, it's a day you'll remember forever, and it's blah blah blah. Unless you get divorced, you only do it once and stuff like that. Yeah, but for that amount of money, like, I just can't comprehend it. Like, I don't know. Maybe most people don't think like that, but I just think, like, you could do so much more, couldn't you? Like, you could go on, like, a really nice holiday and stuff like that, get married, just throw, like, a big party or something, and still probably come under, like, the 10k barrier. What's your gambling game, Dave? Blackjack. Yeah, blackjack. I had a really funny story about when playing blackjack in Vegas. But yeah, we got 40 minutes until the US Open, so do make sure you come and get your vote in on the poll. The poll is up currently. 5 votes, 60% of people think we're going up. And make sure you do drop a like. We are now over the 20 like region, but we've still got 35 people watching, so surely we can push this towards 30 now. If you haven't already, do take 2 minutes to like. And if you happen to be new, do hit that subscribe button as well. It's very much appreciated. You do support the channel in doing that. But, yeah, I mean, what else could we look at? Obviously, we looked at XRP, we looked at ETH. What else could we look at? I mean, Link, what else has done anything over the weekend? Has anything done anything? I mean, if we go and look at Link, I haven't covered Link, actually, I don't think, in a while. Let's go and see where it is. So just change my lines back to being black. So that's how long we haven't looked at Link for, since I changed my backdrop to being white again.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Black. Let's put that in black. Okay, so Link. I think there's a line up here as well. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, we obviously reclaimed this $12 region in April. Got it back to being support. And then we are now moving up to this $15.42 region-ish, and we did reject off that. I found that these ranges that are drawn on Link to be quite good. I've never really had to move them, and they've kind of, like, worked out quite well from where I've drawn them. So, I mean, really, if we're going to leg up again on Link, I think this is the key region in it. You can see here, this was used as support, and then we came back, retested it, resistance, and then again, it was resistance. So, I think to the upside, definitely this kind of $17, towards $17.50 region is the sticking point for Link.
Mm-hmm.
But we do need to clear kind of this $15.40 region, or however you want to depict it. So that's what I'm looking at on Link. Oh, well, not looking at, but that's what we're seeing on Link. Sui, again, I mean, Sui. Jeff asked me about Sui on stream last night. And obviously, I mentioned about this high that it had here, to watch out for a liquidity clearance on that. But I mean, even now that that's happened, I don't know whether I fancy it to just pull back for me, and maybe it carries on. I mean, it's so strong. Where would you be looking on Sui for potential pullback? I think maybe this is one point to look at. Definitely this kind of 411. And then after that, I mean, it's really difficult. I mean, maybe come and fill this in. Maybe here. We'd look at here. But I don't know. I mean, something like this, it can just go a lot higher than you would expect. But yeah, Sui on fire again, up 6% today. Hype's up 5%. I haven't looked at Hype much, but yeah, there we go. So it's came and back tested. So this is quite a good back test on Hype here for those of you that keep an eye on Hype or whatever. Obviously, this region was where Hype found resistance. So, where supply came into the market. Saw it here, then we fell down again, and then, on these wicks, just continually smashing into here, rejection. Then we got above, reclaimed as support, come up, back down, held at support again and coming up. So this is kind of the next region for hype here. This will be kind of big supply coming into this region between like $21 and $20. This will be hard for it to clear, in my opinion. But if it does, and when it does, gets above here, then it could really be on a road towards, kind of late 20s. Obviously, found resistance here, but maybe even towards its highs. But this will be the next sticking point for hype. Apart from that, obviously, nice little back test again here. Tau's up well again. I mean, everything. There are altcoins that are looking very juicy. What have you found to be your best performing altcoin that you hold, mate, recently?
Well, none of them.
Yeah.
I mean, what have I got? I mean, EGLD did come up from $13 up to 17.5 now, but I was kind of hoping it had come up a bit further, but just doesn't seem to want to. So that's rubbish. What else have I got? Swiss Borg is doing, I think that's okay.
Yeah,
that's all right. The one I'm a little bit worried about is CRO, the crypto.com coin, because they're doing that funny thing where they've changed their mind on the 70 billion tokens they burnt in 2021. They're going to unburn them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see it being that bad for the price. It should be technically catastrophic for the price.
I don't think they're going to crush their own token, are they?
No, and they are talking about it's going to be locked for a long period when it comes back and all this sort of stuff. Because I don't know. I've been looking at a few other videos about CRO over the weekend, and the general sentiment is quite bullish about it, really. Apart from this kind of minting of 70 billion tokens, and I suppose it's the fact that they can do that, isn't it? It's the fact that they can just go, oh yeah, let's create the 70 billion tokens, and that does highlight the beauty of Bitcoin in my mind, because that can never happen with Bitcoin, can it?
Yeah.
You kind of know where it's going to go. Well, there's never going to be more Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's
like that. So there's that. So yeah, CRO I'm kind of worried about, but at the same time, I'm tempted to. I don't know. I'm tempted to get a little bit more actually.
You're tempted to fill your boots.
Well, a little bit, yeah. I mean, I've got quite a lot already because I've got one of their sort of higher tier cards. But what you can do now, if you restake, I mean, I'd have to restake about 30 grand's worth of tokens to get the next level of interest. But what I'm thinking is, if the price does drop a lot, then I might spend a couple of grand on some cheap CRO tokens. If it drops down by about 50% or something, I might do that.
Yeah.
And if it goes back up in a year or so's time, I'll have that 30 odd grand in token, which I'd then use for the card, because I do like my payment cards, as you know, and that at the moment only gives 3% cash back. But if I did this thing, it would give 5% cash back, and at that premium tier, there's no limit on it either. So, I mean, for example, I bought some software the other day that cost me $3.5 a year.
Yeah.
And I paid for it with that, and and I got sort of $200 back. It was it's worthwhile, So yeah, it's all cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what else have I got? I've got well, talking about useless tokens. I've got some XTP as well, obviously, and that is sort of showing signs of life a little bit, but not very much. But I don't know. So yeah, pretty much everything I've got isn't doing very much, and I just don't like trading alts very much unless I see a real opportunity, or unless someone's tipped me off a little bit, which is handy when you've got someone like Wizard of Alt around, isn't it?
Well, that's it. That's what he does best. That is his game, isn't it? It's his name, Wizard of Alt. Someone asked me to look at BGB last night on stream, and I did give you a little plug. I said, "Oh, that's one of Saver Crypto's tokens, like using it as collateral on BitGet." Yeah. Nice little range on it. Apart from that, what was we looking at then? So the two Wiz mentioned Aero. Aero's one that we looked at on stream a lot a couple months ago. But yeah, up very nice, up over 100% from its lows. So that is good to see. What else was there then? There was something else. Oh, Jupiter. So Jupiter, yes, still not reclaimed this level. As you can see here, rejection over the past couple of days. Once we do reclaim this level, 4819 is what I've got it drawn as. That gives it a lot better of an outlook. Now, still not out of the woods yet on that, even if it does reclaim that level. We'd still need to reclaim what was obviously this high time frame support region here. But it definitely bolsters its outlook, because it was obviously just trading into unknown territory down here. But again, around the 30 cent seems to be, a nice round number for a couple of coins that came down over the past month. And yeah, bounced from there and up pretty decently. But yeah, above here, and maybe it starts its trajectory back towards trying to have a reclaim of here. But yeah, I think that's it. I mean, if you got anything you like us to look at, let us know in the chat. I think someone said about hot. Let's go and see hot. Let's see. Hot. I've got something drawn on hot here. So it held this high time frame region, which I don't remember even the last time I looked at hot, but there was something drawn out here which held very nicely down here. I think, looking upwards, this is obviously clear region where it struggled, so it needs to get above this 12 region here. Until then, kind of came in for a nice bounce, hasn't it? Yeah, not too many thoughts on hot, I don't think. A lot of these will just depend on the wider market, so a lot of these are just going to depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin carries on or if it falls off or whatever. These altcoins need Bitcoin to carry on, or at least just hold still. So whether Bitcoin comes up and then just carries on ranging here or goes higher or whatever, pretty much they just don't need downside. So either carry on upwards, grinding higher, or just consolidate. But either way, yeah, altcoins need Bitcoin stability to carry on this nice little run that they're having. Again, Sol's another one. Consolidating now, but it's had a decent run. So yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens this week.
Okay.
And that's where we are.
Tell you what, there was a guy in my Telegram group who got his Phantom wallet hacked.
Oh really?
Yeah. And he hasn't a clue how it happened. And that's like really worrying, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Wiz says XMR. Yeah, there's a bit of news around XMR that I'll load up. But yeah, anything like that, I find it quite scary. That anything, when so you hear that happening to people and they've just got no idea why.
Yeah.
I find it like a bit scary, because it's kind of like, well, it's obviously come from somewhere. So the reason for this XMR pump came from this, which is that XBT outlined. So apparently there was a suspicious transfer which was made from a potential victim for 330 million in Bitcoin. Shortly after, the funds began to be laundered via 6+ instant exchanges and was swapped for XMR, causing the XMR price to spike. So pretty much this Bitcoin was sold off. Maybe this is what caused the Bitcoin drop, actually. Maybe that's what caused that drop on Bitcoin. Now I'm thinking about it, because...
What time was that tweet?
This was... so 8:30 in the morning our time, but he said 9 hours ago. So that does kind of line up, yeah, actually.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's what the drop was on Bitcoin. But there's someone potentially got hacked for 330 million and swapped into XMR. So there we go. Privacy at its best.
Actually,
Also looking for bids off a Fartcoin. I've heard whispers from a few people that market makers have been sniffing around for tokens for exchange listings. Exchange listings? It's surely on everything, isn't it? Or maybe it's not. I don't know. There's a real lack of liquidity. Has anyone seen that house coin? That house coin went absolutely mental over the weekend. I didn't get in it, unfortunately. I missed it. But did anyone get in that house coin? I wonder where it's at. Let's go and have a look.
What is it?
So it's kind of like, you know how SPX 6900 was the idea of, the thingy of, let's flip the stock market.
Yeah.
I think the idea is that the house coin flips the housing market, or each coin becomes the value of one house.
Right.
And it went from, it had a mad pump. So it went from like 10 million market cap, currently at 70. So it's done a 7x. I was gutted that I missed this. Because someone I follow on Twitter was actually tweeting about this and I just completely missed it. But this thing, this looks positioned, doesn't it, to potentially blow again here. But it's like, one house equals one house coin. So I don't know exactly what the narrative is around it, whether it's just like the idea that it's just one of them stupid, like, narratives in it. That's never going to happen, but you can see why it fits in crypto. But this thing did a mental run over the weekend, and I wish I would have got in it. 7x. You cannot complain with that, can you? And it looks like potentially, obviously got resistance here, but it looks like it's pressing it. So, maybe another leg up on Housecoin.
Yeah.
Dafuck says that Phantom Theft was mine. So this is the guy that you were talking about, mate, one of your viewers.
Oh, yeah. I guess it was, yeah.
Yeah. Brett seems to have been doing well recently. Yeah. OM picking up. Is it? Where is it? OM 53. Yeah, I mean, this is still interesting. This I do find it still interesting as to what they're going to try and do with this. But do you want to potentially maybe? What did you want to cover, mate? Did you want to cover the bot or?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah, go on, let's have a look.
Hang on, let me get the other browser up. There's not a lot to talk about, but I may as well. Just give us a second and get my spreadsheet up as well. Right.
Where it says tip for people with Phantom: buy a ledger to only use for Phantom, and back every wallet with it, bar a couple of hot wallets.
Buy a ledger just for okay. How does that work then? Do you?
I don't know. Wiz, maybe give a more detailed explanation for the viewers in the chat, maybe.
I mean, I've only got like Chippy on mine, but I think that's what this guy had, Mr. Duffhook. Right. Share screen. Right. Okay. Am I on?
You're on, mate. You're on. You've done it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is the bot account that I had 250 USDT in on April the 2nd. And I was hoping, well, it's going to be 4 weeks on Wednesday since I opened the bot the first time. And I was hoping, I'm still hoping really, that will be 500, because that means I would have doubled it in 4 weeks. I suppose if I started it on April the 2nd, then going to May the 2nd would be interesting to see, because that would be a calendar month. But if you look at the trades it's doing, actually, if I just show you the bot itself first of all. So and just for anyone who, every time I write Stonksy, it says Stinky.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me a couple of times.
I know. Okay, so the bot most people are using is this high frequency one. The low frequency one at the moment, this strategy is being worked on, and this is going to be improved. At the moment, only one person's following that. It was two because I was following it, and then on Saturday I decided that I wasn't going to just yet. I'm going to wait until the new strategy is in place, and we'll find out about that from the Stonksy Discord. SMFC is the guy who's sorting that out. Okay, so Stonksy, the high frequency one. If we look at the actual what it's done, it has been doing some really good ones in the past week or so. We've had this one at like 15% there, and then we had a little loss there, and unfortunately the last two. This is the actual master trader's account, if you like. So he's at 3x leverage. It lost 1% yesterday, I think it was, and then it lost 4.93% this morning. So that's not brilliant, but overall it's okay actually. But let's look at my version. So I'm running this on 10x leverage, and I am intervening a little bit. If I'm awake and I see it doing something where I don't think it's a good idea, then I have cancelled it a few times, and not every time though, but just occasionally, just when I think, I'm not sure about that, and sometimes I see it when I actually think that's in a decent profit. I'm going to close it now. And I would say out of those times, about half the time I've been right, and half the time I haven't. And I think the times I haven't, I could have actually made a bit more. For example, there was a short it was in where it actually did a lot better than me panicking, thinking, I'll close it. So you can see here that the ones where it says trader close, that's where the bot closed it. Where it says close here, that's when I've closed it. TP is when it hit a take profit that I'd set. So that's when I decided that 6% was what I was looking for in that particular trade. That one was a good one actually. So this was a bit painful, this one this morning. It was minus 76 USDT. So that actually brought my total down quite a bit actually. That said, it is currently in a trade. So at the moment, this is the trade here. So this one here, it entered at 94,651, and we're currently at 95,119. So at the moment, $20 in profit, 5%. That's okay. Now, what I've been doing generally is I've been getting the values it's at, and then I'll just put them into this spreadsheet here. Let me just check you can see that. Yes, you can. Okay, and I've been putting them into this spreadsheet here. This one here from today, actually 28th. So I can put that figure in there. But I could if I was set for the right thingy. Right, I need to change this. I'll do that in a minute, but I need to change that figure there. I need to put in the current figure, which is whatever I said it was, 400 and something. No, it's not. What was it? So I don't want to show my other accounts. Okay, so that's at 412 now. So, actually, it's pretty much where, it's not too far from where it is now. So what I've been doing here is this is the actual, what my amount of money in the bot account has been doing. So at the moment, we were actually, well above this red line here. Now this red line is where I've put in a calculation to calculate 1% increase a day, compounding every day. Now, I'm not saying that the bot's going to do that, but that is something that would be very nice to achieve. And I think that's probably about what the bot's going to do, looking at the past performance. So that meant we would have started with 250 on April the 2nd, and then by now we should be at about 323. We're actually a lot higher than that. So the fact that we had a loss is a little bit unfortunate, but overall we're still following this line. This line isn't a straight line, by the way. It is an exponential line because of the formula there. See the power thing there. But obviously it's the very, very early days of what could be an amazing exponential growth. So so I'm starting there with $250. It's currently getting on for 400, and I'm hoping that by Wednesday it will have doubled to $500.
Yeah,
of what I've got in the account. Now, when it gets to Wednesday, I'm not sure what to do. Actually, I do fancy increasing this amount. Generally, increasing the amount I'm playing with, and I don't know. I might make it 1,000 maybe, or maybe go a bit higher. I'm not sure, because I think that would be interesting to see if we can get this up to fairly sort of silly levels, and then I think that'd be a nice bit of content, I think, and then we can entice people in to use the bot. So overall, if you'd have asked me 24 hours ago what I think of the bot, I'd have said it's amazing, it's doing brilliant. Right now, I would say it's doing really good. It makes a few losses, but overall, it's doing really good. And I think we're on course for making the equivalent of 1% a day compounding daily, which, if we expand this much, like on for another year or so, these figures get quite big. You'd be talking thousands rather than hundreds. So, so overall, it's pretty cool. So if you want to use the bot, sign up for Stonksy. I think Dave can probably drop the link in the description now, if you haven't got it already. Sign up for Stonksy, and then what you do is you also join the Discord, the Stonksy Discord, and what you do, you sign up to BLOFIN using the link that we can also give you as well. You need to use that link, and then what you do, you send your UID, your unique ID or user ID, or whatever it is. You send that number over to Dave, and he'll whitelist you so that you can copy this bot on BLOFIN. If you don't do that, it will say the owner has whitelisted this copy trading account, and that's pretty much all you do, really. There's a few setup instructions that we've talked about in the Discord. I've done a few videos, and it's all there, really. So it's very, very easy to set up, and at the moment you can put anything in there up to 3,000 USDT, and we should be getting that increase very, very soon to hopefully 50,000, so that you can be a right baller, and you can decide what color you want your Lambo to be. And that's the bot. Just wondering if who was it who wanted me to talk about it? It was Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just it's good to go over anyway, isn't it? Probably every stream or.
Well, yeah. I mean, I want to talk about it, and if it makes a makes a loss, then we talk about it. And for me, this was a bit bigger than I would hope it would be, because I'm using 10x leverage. But that's my fault, really. But there again, you've got like a 16% loss there, where it lost $76. But last week we had a 51% increase where it made 154. So horses for courses, and all that kind of thing. That's probably all I need to say about the bot, really, unless anyone's got any questions. I need to vote on this direction of US Open. I'm going to vote down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to just short. I'm just so tempted. I just don't know. It's so hard, isn't it? Do we carry on just grinding up aimlessly, or what?
Well, it's going to turn around at some point, isn't it? I'm just not quite sure when. Dan Sev says the bot, is it easy to transfer to a different exchange if BLOFIN has issues or don't let you increase the 3K max amount. That is not a trivial thing to do. That would take quite a lot of effort. So
if what?
Well, he was saying if BLOFIN had issues or they didn't let us increase the 3K max amount, but it's not going to easily transfer to a different exchange just yet.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. Yeah, SMFC says be fairly easy to switch exchange. Yeah, there shouldn't be a reason for us to, though. I mean, BLOFIN, they shouldn't have any issue with. They're very good with us. We have a good relationship with them. And you can actually have up to like a 50K max, which you found out, didn't you, mate?
Yeah.
Obviously, they put these caps on copy trades to kind of protect users.
Yeah.
For instance, like, if someone just followed a random one and put 5K in it, they're just kind of like protecting them type of people. Because I think the original cap is 1K, so it's just kind of user protection, really. Is it possible to trade on multiple sub accounts on the same unit? Not yet, but it will be soon. They are doing an update. For now, we've had to take an additional UID off users to give them, obviously, access on 2 accounts if they want to follow both bots. But I believe at some point in the near future, they will be allowing sub accounts to follow copy trade, which then means that everyone will be able to do it under one actual account and just do it on sub accounts. Is my understanding.
Although, to be honest, it'd be nice if they just made it so that you can have, two bots on the same account, wouldn't it? That would, you don't want to start. Well, but we'll see what happens, But that's cool if Dean says it can easily be switched. Then, if we did need to, but it'd be nice to have it on a few different exchanges, wouldn't it? Particularly if you're getting into the realms of having quite big trades on there and stuff. You wouldn't really want all your money on one exchange, would you? So I don't know. Might be something for the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I'm going to try and transfer to my Chrome browser without messing it up this time. I did it on Saturday without doing it wrong. Right.
Yeah, there we go. We're on.
Cool. All right. Nice. I don't know if you wanted your one up for the open or not. We can.
No, mate, we're all right rocking with yours, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, this indicator that I was on about last week, this quad rotation thing. I have actually now published this on TradingView. I haven't got any decent instructions about how to use it yet. I will make a video about it soon. But I've had a problem with this when I've released it. It's like TradingView keep banning it. So what I would say is, if you want it, go and grab it now because it's free. And then if they ban it, then you've got the code anyway. But it's called Quad Rotation Stochastic. It basically has these 4 different stochastics, and what you're looking for here is when they all bunch together at the bottom or the top, And in fact, that kind of dump in the middle of the night, that worked really well because they were all down there. And it also plots these. I'll show you. Give it a double click. These straight lines here, that green one there, that green one there. That's auto detection of a bullish divergence, and this is really cool because when that stops appearing, you normally see the end of that trend. So, for example, when that stopped there, that was pretty much the end of that dump there last night, and then up it went. This is the indicator that the Imagine project, who was a guy from the Discord, introduced me to. And it was, the weird thing about it was it sort of disappeared from TradingView, and then I tried to sort of republish it, and I've had a few problems with it. But I'm not the actual. I didn't make it. It was a friend of the Imagine project, so it's got a bit of a weird sort of weird history to it. But anyway, I'll hide that for the moment because it's probably confusing. But if you want to know about that, then please do check out videos on my channel about it. My channel's called Save with Crypto. Okay, so let's have a look. So we got Bitcoin. Do you want me to get? Shall I get the?
Reggie Man says, "Where is tips?" So, Imagine Project is nothing to do with Stonksy anymore. Just for it, so everyone understands like that. You won't see him in the Discord, and he's nothing to do with Stonksy anymore.
Okay.
He was the community, he was the community liaison, but he doesn't work with Stonksy anymore. He's nothing to do with Stonksy.
Okay.
Also, just so everyone knows, I think he still has. If I have a look on Discord, I think he still has the title Stonksy Community Liaison on his Discord server, on his description. He's not anymore. So just in case anyone is a bit confused, or if anyone happens to wonder if he's in your DMs or whatever, was he part of the Stonksy team? He wasn't part of the Stonksy team directly. No, he was literally just being kind of the community manager in the Discord. But he's not the community manager anymore. Just so everyone knows. So yeah, just a bit of clearing up on that front from it while you asked, Reggie Man, and for anyone else who didn't know.
We've still got that Stonksy radio channel in the Discord, haven't we?
We do, yeah, which we can just use as a voice lounge or whatever.
Okay.
Ernesto says, how do we increase the 3K limit? We have to request to BLOFIN for it to be done on users' behalf. So yeah, I don't know when maybe SMFC could give some guidance on that, and when we'll be doing that.
Okay.
But we do have 5 minutes until the open. So shall we see? We've got 57% of people think we're going up, 28 votes. So big thank you to everyone who voted today. And we do have 37 people watching and 26 likes. Yeah. So that's a good amount of likes. And if we can bump that up a little bit more, please do drop a like if you haven't already.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen with the, the Mag 7 and all that? Because it's all looking quite juicy to me.
I think, yeah, I mean, let's see, what have we got pre-market? I think all of them look like they're probably up pre-market. Yeah, they're all up pre-market, which lines up with obviously the S&P being up pre-market. I think it's interesting. I think, well, they would all probably end up dropping if the scenarios happen that I covered before. But maybe they carry on grinding higher. I don't know. I just think everything maybe is due a correction at some point. Obviously, they've had a really good bounce themselves. The S&P has had a really good bounce. But then again, who's to say that it can't carry on upwards? Of course it can.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what happens. But yeah, the S&P is grinding higher. I think if it grinds to 5,600, that might be kind of aligning with Bitcoin, maybe grinding to 97, 98 potentially.
Oh, that's...
Which is not too far away.
Yeah. Oh, I had some Apple the other day, and I actually sold it when I was back to break even, and that was probably a mistake. Probably could have hung on to that and made a bit more. Never mind. Yeah, let's go back to Bitcoin. So yeah, this is what I was saying with the 5 minute. It went green 7 o'clock this morning. Half an hour later, get the little green arrow. And just for anyone who's wondering what I'd set here, this is Dave's settings. He has on the bullish bearish arrow setting, he has the sensitivity on 8 and the confirmation period on 1. I'm not sure what it is by default, but it's not that though. But that seems to give these green arrows in really good places, especially on the 5 minute time frame. And what we've observed, or what Dave's observed recently, is that you get a green background and then the confirmation with that green arrow, and the price is normally really good. So that's cool.
Yeah, we've got 2 minutes, so we'll eagerly await the bell being rung.
Yeah. What else is there? Oh, this Tau thing. That's been off again as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Tau's been having a good time of it.
Yeah. Oops. Don't know what that is. This ZRO thing. That's one of. That's the one that Block Pro likes, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Let's go back to Bitcoin.
Well, I got 20 seconds and then we'll be open. I hope it doesn't go down from here. I will be quite annoyed if it does.
What? Because you're not in a short?
Yes. Don't front run my opportunity, please. We'll see. We will see. Patience in it, that's what it's all about. There we go.
Oh.
There we go. We're open again for another glorious day across the US market.
You give that a big old shake, don't you?
I did. I was shaking it, ready for this week's price action. The Monday ones, always the got to be the best, enthusiastic to start the week.
Okay, well that's going up. I tell you what I keep thinking. Every time we do this, it does something like this, doesn't it? It sort of dumps, then goes back up again, and I keep thinking, I need to try and trade this. I need to sort of just look at a past level and think, it might come back down to there, and try and jump into a long, or whatever opportunity there is. But that would have been quite nice, wouldn't it? You could have, if you'd have caught that. No,
yeah,
not brilliant, but the thing is, you never know what happens next, do you? Also, Mondays are weird, aren't they? Mondays are always a bit strange. What else is happening? Yeah, I want to see Tesla over 300 again, because I bought some at a bad price. So I don't want to get rid of it. That's dumping nicely. There you go. Are you annoyed now?
Yeah, I'm thoroughly annoyed. That's really going to annoy me if this is the case. To be fair, I mean, I don't know.
What?
The best thing to do is just kind of relax in it. Relax. Don't get too caught up in the heat of the moment. The S&P's still grinding higher.
Yeah. Actually, this was the other account I was going to use for the low frequency bot. So I decided to do a bit of manual trading with it.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's all right, isn't it? So I've got that up to over $600 now, because that was
yeah, that is good.
That was at 480. So not big trades, but that's all right. So I'm long there.
When did you hit that in? This morning?
That was
over the weekend.
Can't remember now. That was not position, order history. That was last night. Just before midnight.
Very nice.
I can't think why I did that, but I did anyway.
Yeah, I mean you survived that drop down, didn't you?
Yeah, I that stop loss was way lower yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah, I've just put that into profit now, so that's good. But that's the other thing I might do, is I might do a thing where I'll have eventually have the high frequency bot, the low frequency bot, and then I'll have an account where I just trade manually and see if I can, keep up with the bot or do better or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be quite interesting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I saw this guy on YouTube. Let me see if I can find him. Hang on. This guy was doing it. He's an English guy, and he's got a YouTube channel. He's done 3 videos. And he's got like 1,500 subscribers already. And I'll show you. Yeah, this bloke here, right? So he's got 1,500 subscribers, and he's only done three videos. And like, look, he's getting like 12,000 views on that first one, and all he's doing is walking along talking about how he wants to get 1 Bitcoin. Now at the moment he's got 0.03, which is about what's that? It's about $3,000, isn't it? A bit less than $3,000. Yeah. And he's got no intention of trading. He just wants to basically like sell things and and I don't know, just do some work and just keep buying Bitcoin. So he's hoping to get from 0.03 to 1 Bitcoin. He said it's going to take him a few years. So what I thought as well might be quite fun would be to start off with the same amount of money as him. Yeah. Stick it in the bot and see what happens. See if it beats his journey. That might be quite good fun. And then we can, I don't know, maybe sort of see if he wants to collaborate somehow, and then we can get some of his viewers over onto the Stonksy channel. Yeah, he's getting good views on it, isn't he? Yeah, I know. I can't understand why he's getting such good views. Actually, I think maybe because the title of it, "The Road to 1 Bitcoin." Yeah, I think it's a really interesting title, that, isn't it? And it would be like people, you'd kind of feel like you wanted to follow him along, I think, wouldn't you? Yeah. So what is his technique that he's doing to accumulate it? Is he just buying it with spare cash, or? Yeah, that's it. He said he doesn't want to trade. And basically what he's done, that was his intro video. He's done one here that's about I don't know what it's about. I think it's about how he tried buying like XRP or something in the past and it didn't work. And then there's a third video he did yesterday that's talking about his mate who said just buy a load of meme coins and then when they massively increase in value, buy Bitcoin with it. So what he did, he bought 500 quid's worth of meme coins, and within about a week they were all worth about 5 quid. So that didn't work. So at the moment he's just been talking about how he's failed. But anyway, so I don't know. I thought it'd be interesting to sort of, do it. But I mean, I'm assuming he doesn't want to trade because he doesn't have any experience and he's probably frightened and all that. And I was just wondering if he started off with a similar amount, because it is that kind of 3,000, which is the bot limit at the moment. Yeah. We could actually do
for like thousands of years.
So we could actually do that and then see if we win.
I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, that is such a great idea for a series.
Be good, wouldn't it? And then I'm quite happy to talk to him and have a chat with him and sort of give him some options. And then hopefully we can get some of his subscribers to start watching our channel. Yeah, I think that might be quite good fun. Anyway, just a thought. Meanwhile, back at Bitcoin, it's crashing.
It's crashing down.
So, is that still? That is quite a dump, actually. I bet you're well pissed off about that, aren't you?
It's annoyed me a little bit, yeah. Because I was thinking about just pulling the trigger on a short, which would be about $800 down now. But I'm remaining patient, remaining calm, and if I do get my last push up, I will definitely be taking it. But it wouldn't surprise me to see the market not give it and just kind of dump from here. That is kind of how the market moves, isn't it? Yeah. Not giving the entries that people want. But we'll see. We will see. If the S&P has a good day today, I think this dump will quickly get reversed on Bitcoin. But then again, it may not. Wow, I'll tell you what, it is hot today in my room, mate.
It's supposed to be like 28 or something here today.
Is it?
Well, that's I don't know. I saw something on on the net. I think it was one of those kind of like, oh my god, it's global warming, it's the end of the world sort of thing. And I think, well, no, it's not. It's just a nice spring day.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. Yeah, it's supposed to be 20. I can't see it myself. I did pop outside earlier on, and it seemed okay, but I wouldn't say it was 28. Okay, so do we know why this is dumping?
No idea. Probably because it was had a big run up. Sailor announced he'd bought. We did get close to the highs. We didn't do a full sweep, but we did sweep all of them apart from like 2 5-minute candles. So maybe it makes sense. I don't know, but it's very, very annoying. I'm very annoyed. If I don't get that entry higher, then I'm going to be incredibly annoyed.
You're not interested in any little longs or not?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, are you?
Well,
you're already stacked to the hills, aren't you?
I am. I'm just wondering what to do about this one here. This BLOFIN one, because this is looking a bit rubbish now, isn't it?
I don't.
Sorry, you can't see it.
I mean,
this one here.
The fact that it's dumped on US Open, I suppose, isn't the worst thing in the world. Is it just like a dump to clear out some liquidity and then run back upwards?
Yeah.
The fact it's come on US Open, is it that bad? I suppose that the trouble will come is if the S&P starts dumping as well. But for now, it looks like the S&P is trying to hold up. It's had some absorption from, it's had selling absorption, but it looks like it's holding up. So maybe it drives Bitcoin back up.
Yeah.
We will soon see anyway, won't we?
See, that'll make $28 if it hits that stop loss.
Yeah, Reggie Man said it right as well. Yeah, I think potentially maybe it's just a little wipeout on US Open, and then we maybe move back up.
There you go. I'll move my stop loss a bit. It'll make 39 now. I'm happier with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
There we go. We're running up on the S&P, so we'll see if Bitcoin follows or not.
Let's go back to Bitcoin. Yeah, so this indicator here, this is like
Russia ceasefire announced. Is it?
Oh,
What
okay.
just then? Ukraine to give up Crimea. Looks like war ending in 2 weeks. Has that just been announced now?
Don't know. Is that on Twitter?
I don't know. Oh, is this something that's come out over the last few days? I don't know if I've seen anything on it. I don't know. There's nothing up on my feed anyway.
No.
No. Oh yeah. There 1 hour ago. Oh, so not really had much. I'm thinking because the market is expecting it to happen, I'm kind of thinking that maybe we don't get this kind of reaction that everyone is wanting. Because it surely is baked in by now that there's going to be some sort of end to the war / permanent ceasefire, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's literally just staring us all in the face, and most people are just waiting for the announcement. So kind of is it already just being baked in now? And then it's kind of one of them, like, sell the news events.
Yeah.
It's what I'm thinking that it will turn into, personally.
Is this actually right, though? Is he actually in Rome at the moment doing this stuff? Is he actually...
He's in Rome because they went to the Pope's funeral, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's still in Rome. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know, because there was that picture with him with Zelensky, wasn't there? Him and Zelensky.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, look, we were on Twitter. Cool.
Yeah.
Right, let's go
Wow.
back.
Are we getting any sort of recovery? No, not really.
I don't know. That's all right.
I think, yeah, I think it maybe just starts grinding up again throughout the rest of the day. I don't know. Just as long as the conditions remain there, you know, as long as the S&P keeps up or, you know, carries on rallying.
Yeah.
And there's nothing too much really to cause a cascade in Bitcoin. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Quite a boring open, really, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. That dump. The thing is, you can never really get excited about something like that unless you're short, can you? Like, I don't know. Like, it's not kind of the same as when it's pumping. Even if you like all last week, like even when I wasn't long and it was pumping, it's kind of exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the S&P's had a very, very nice 5-minute candle. So we're now at 550 nearly on the S&P. Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe into like 5,600.
Wow.
Get that today, then that would be nice.
Yeah. Oh. DXY is dumped a bit.
Bitcoin's going back down. Messed it up, didn't I?
Well, not really, just missed it.
Yeah.
So what's the bot doing? That's the question. Hang on, let's go back to the... I don't know.
Let us know in the chat what you want us to look at as well.
That's funny sort of price action.
Yeah. Carry it on upwards.
Right, so the bot's still... I'm just checking on my phone. So the bot's in 1% of the loss at the moment. That's annoying.
Regiman saying OM. Lol. What's OM doing? Oh, nothing really too much. Just dump back down a bit on it. Yeah, well, we are lions, mate, aren't we? We're lions waiting. Let us know in the chat what you'd like us to look at anyway. Sweating. I'm absolutely sweating. Please pump OM, please. Veggie Man, you want it to... Where do you need it to get back to get out your trade? What level do you need it to get back to? Is it 60 or something? It's a mad looking chart, isn't it?
That is mental, isn't it? So where, yeah, 63 cents. 63. Okay. That's quite high, isn't it? Well, so that would be right. So you need about 19% to get out of your trade.
Which, to be fair, on something like OM, you know, you could have that in an hour, really, couldn't you?
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
you could potentially have that in an hour if it goes right.
Yeah, I think that'd be one of them things where I'd like, you know, I'd permanently have a take profit set just in case, you know, just in case there's a mad wick up there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Right.
We're still dropping on Bitcoin.
I don't really want to hear that, but at the same time, I don't mind too much. I just feel sorry for the bot. I want the bot to do well, you know. It's had like 2 losses, so I want it to have a nice, healthy healthy green one. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I don't know really. What else is there?
Nothing really much, I don't think.
Oh, that's saying right. So Bitcoin has gone red on. Sorry, Stonksy has gone red on Bitcoin on the 1 hour. That's interesting. Okay. Now the question is that going to be a little short-lived one like that, or is it going to be a more substantial one? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Not totally what I was expecting, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I am going to have to shoot off dead on 3 o'clock today, by the way, Dave, just so you know.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, I think we started at like 2 past or something, so I can do the last 2 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, don't worry about that. That's fine.
Cool. So Coding Crypto Fitness saying India and Pakistan enter the room. What's that about? Is that about the war?
Oh yeah, I think there's tensions brewing between them, isn't there?
Oh really?
The fuck says he went short on US Open and up 27% already. Very nice, but yeah, it's a strong dump from Open, isn't it? It's a strong dump for, well, even before the Open, it was dumping.
All right. Well, hopefully you win back the money you lost on your bloody Phantom wallet. That's
yeah.
That'd be karma for you, wouldn't it? You know.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though. I had a letter this morning. I opened it and I saw like Euro car parks, whatever it was. I thought, oh God, I've been nicked for parking somewhere. And it was when I parked at a Weatherspoons pub like about 2 weeks ago, and it's one where they have like security blokes outside, and I said to them, does anyone actually ever check this car park? And he said, no, there's a guy who just comes along in the morning who just checks to see if people are parked overnight. And the thing was, it was like 7 o'clock at night, and it's free after 8 o'clock. So I didn't bother putting a thing on it, you know. And they actually wrote to me to say, like, you parked here and you've violated the agreement, but it's all right. We're not going to charge you this time, but we will next time. I thought that was all right, actually. You know,
yeah.
I learnt my lesson, and I won't do it again. But you know, it didn't cost me 75 quid, so you know, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, that's good. All right,
that is nice. Oh, my camera's gone right in on me again.
Oh yeah, I can see every pimple.
Yeah, it's heavily annoying when it does that. Tell you what, I'm absolutely sweating today.
Right, you're not going to get your kit off, are you?
No, I don't think so. Anyway.
Okay. Do you want to grab the screen back so I can get my shoes on and stuff?
Yeah, just let me grab. Well, let me fix my camera.
All right.
And then I will.
I'll have a flick through a few things.
Steve says, Dave, we have about 3 days left for the bear moon to be over. Just FYI, what's that?
Oh yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, the
bear moon.
Yeah, because you know, like the moons.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you know what I'm on about? No. There is an indicator called moon phase. Moon phases. There you go.
Yeah, I've used that before.
And yeah, so that one there, that is a dump moon. And I think it's Eric Crown who's actually done sort of like, 10 years of testing with this.
Yeah.
And it actually works out surprisingly. Oops, let me turn Stonksy off. I don't know how you begin to do it, but actually, yeah. So the blue moons are dump moons, and the and these ones are pump moons. I mean,
okay.
Overall, look at that one there. That one there,
Yeah.
That one not so good.
So are we saying that the bullish time is nearly over?
I don't know. Does it last a week before?
I don't know.
That's just quite interesting to.
We are dumping down. I was so close to pulling the trigger on that trade as well.
Okay.
I am annoyed.
Right. My BLOFIN trade just closed.
I was so close to shorting that, and it would have been like currently like right around the Pico top. Oh man. Bad times. We'll see what happens.
Well, you felt it in your water, did you?
Yeah. It's just been one straight line down now, hasn't it, from open? And the thing is, it's kind of retraced like half of that build up from Sailor. Now, from where Sailor was building it up, that's kind of like half of that just wiped out now. I mean, the hourly looks horrendous, doesn't it? That's an ugly looking candle, that.
Yeah. Well, I pushed up my stop loss a bit, so it closed $40 profit. That's all right.
That's not too bad, mate.
Yeah. But I want to
get a little afternoon reversal, or if it's just going to go straight down for me.
I know. So this is the account I was using for the bot, which was at 480, I think it was. So it's now 547. So not doing too bad. That's only since Saturday. So there you go. But yeah, let's go back. All right, so get rid of them. Get rid of those moons.
We are nearly now at the half-hour mark too, aren't we, of US Open?
Yeah.
So potentially, maybe we should start seeing a U-turn on Bitcoin from around here onwards if we're going to go back up, because we have had the first half an hour nearly of US Open, and it has just been a straight line down. So will we get a U-turn, or are we just destined to just collapse to the downside?
Don't know. I'm a bit worried by the short on Stonksy, actually. The 1 hour.
Yeah.
That's not so good. What's the 5 minute doing?
It's a big old horrible candle, that, isn't it, on the 1 hour?
So the 5 minute was good, and then still green though.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Come to tomorrow's stream, and it'll be interesting to see where it is from here onwards.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's only that the price it was at 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah, I think it's because
it's just never much fun to see a candle like that, is it?
Yeah, it's a horrible looking candle.
Yeah. Okay, so that's below.
Wow, that is really bad, actually.
Anyway, the good news is I was right on my vote. You see, I voted down, didn't I?
You did, yeah, you did.
Yeah. Right, you are. Do you want to grab the screen back then, and I'll get my shoes on and go and pick my daughter up.
Yeah, of course, mate, of course. So yeah, we'll see what happens from here on out. Are we going to get a reversal? Are we going to go back up? Are we just destined now to go down? Are we going to carry on ranging?
Oops.
The S&P is looking like it's going to come down as well. Yeah, I mean, that is one nasty sell-off. Are we seeing market crash? No, I wouldn't say market crash. I'd say we're just seeing a retracement. It's literally at the same level as it was about 9 hours ago. So I wouldn't call this a crash at all. I'd just say it's one nasty, nasty candle. I am absolutely sweating.
Anyway, I'm very pleased for Dafuck anyway. So
Yeah,
and he's short, and 'cause he deserves a bit of relief.
he definitely does, mate. He definitely does. Yeah, it's not a nice thing to happen to anybody, that is it? Definitely not a nice thing to happen.
Yeah.
So hopefully the fuck you have made your money back.
Okay.
I hope he has anyway.
Yeah, well, I think he bought a load of Chippy. Then Chippy's down in price at the moment, isn't it? So
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to head off sort of now-ish actually. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Big thank you for joining. As always, it's great to have you as a co-host. If anyone doesn't know, Saver Crypto is now the full-time co-host of the Stonksy stream. So make sure you go and check him out. You will find him on YouTube and X by typing in his name. And yeah, go and show him some love over there.
Okay. All right. I'll just say goodbye and thank you very much for everyone. I'll leave you back with Dave, and but do remember to like the stream because it's really important. And you know, one day we'll have like 1,000 people on the stream. Imagine what that's going to be like. You know, imagine the tension.
I know. It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it will happen. All right. I'll see you soon.
Right. See you later, mate. Bye. And we are heading down again on Bitcoin with just no before my crash. I'm opening a short. The Simpsons today, the 28th, is very life-changing day for the world if true. It's all about the yellow hair man. Well, what is it? What is it, Steve-O? What is it predicting? What's happening? Can you give us more information on it? I haven't seen it, mate. I haven't seen anything to do with the Simpsons predicting something on the 28th. So I haven't seen it, mate. I haven't seen anything. Yeah, let me know. But what are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking? I'm thinking maybe this is just like a deep flush. I don't know whether we carry on bouncing higher or not, but I think maybe we'd see something like this. If we're going to continue down, if we're not going to go up higher, otherwise maybe we'll just carry on grinding higher again. But that is one deep flush and probably needed as well if it's going to go higher. You need these flushes, don't you? Possible new president. What? What? Do you mean Trump's going to get assassinated? Is that what you mean? Let us see what they are gonna news with this drop. I don't know if this is a news drop or just the market doing its thing, flushing out longs. Canada got election today. All right, okay. Steve says, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I've not seen it. I mean, The Simpsons has predicted thousands of things on it, and obviously a lot has come true, so I don't know. But yeah, big thank you to everyone that's joined today. Really appreciate you. Every single person that has joined today, you know, whether you're still watching or to the people that have gone, I appreciate every single one of you. Big thank you for coming. Do make sure you drop a big like on the stream, please. It is absolutely massive in helping us out, get this stream in the algorithm. And of course, if you're not already, do subscribe. And if you aren't already, you can join Stonksy today for 20% off. Second link in the description, and the discount code is there as well. It's BOT20. You click start now, monthly option, and then you put the discount code in at checkout, and this will take it down to just £116 for your first month. So you can treat it as a trial month. You get full indicator access, Discord access, and of course, trading bot access. So do make sure you take advantage of that. It'd be great to see everyone over there if you haven't already. And yeah, that's pretty much all from us today. Some interesting price action on Bitcoin today. Obviously, we've had a huge run up. and then we've had a really aggressive sell-off upon US Open. But can Bitcoin run it back? We'll have to wait and see. But for those of you that are in the Discord, I'll see you in there. And of course, be back tomorrow at the same time for tomorrow's stream. Bye-bye for now. I will also set the outro video for you to enjoy. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
I'm fixed. Destroy it. I'm fixed.